Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppage. Today looking at another beer that I got from Bierothek in Bamberg in Germany. I got this through the help of the shop down there, but also Enzo and Mego. So thanks to also Enzo and Mego for the beers. This has been fun so far. There's been some very nice classic German stuff, but also some fun new school stuff, and we still have more to come. I've still saved the Rauchbiers for last, because I need to share them with a friend of mine who's very into it as well, because Brett is not that too keen on that style. I don't know, I just have a love for Rauchbier, I've always had. So, we're carrying on with some more lager. And this is from a tiny Franconian microbrewery called Brauerei Hertl. They brew on 80 square meters, pretty much. I mean, that must be a tiny, tiny brewery. So, apparently, I think his name was David. He's the youngest brewer in brewmaster in Franconia, operating on his own brewery, and he runs this brewery called Hertl Braumanufaktur, and this is his Helles lager. And as you see, it looks like a Weizen or New England IPA because I wasn't too thoughtful when I was pouring this, because people in my last lager review said, like, just save a bit in the bottom of the bottle, and when you're trying to create that head for the pour, for the thumbnail, just shake up the bottle and pour that on top, and you get a nice layered head. And it works, but I didn't see that one was unfiltered. So I shook up all the yeast and dunked that right in there. So we got an unfiltered looking Helles that looks more like a Weizen on camera. But who cares? It's, it's handcrafted stuff. That's what's going to happen. It's just yeast. It's just yeast. So this is one of his beers called Mutti's Sonnenschein. And this is a Helles lager on 4.9%. He does a Helles and he does a Kellerbier. Those are his two, I guess, sessionable beers. And then he does a lot of different stuff, like I think it was like a whiskey double bock, some black IPAs and things of that nature, like a bit more modern stuff. It seems like he wants to do more powerful tasting beers, but then he also has stuff like this just for, I guess, a more general audience. Very small brewery. All artwork apparently is done by his a friend of the family and his mom, which I guess this is a tribute to. Hand labels the bottles. So the beer in question is called Mutti's Sonnenschein, which means mom's sunshine. And then there's also like a Mutti, it says. And there's an arrow down to the mother there with a pint of Helles lager. So if you've not heard of Helles lager, I'm sure some of you guys have. It's one of the traditional lagers from Germany, lager beers. It kind of declined a bit in popularity when Pilsner came about, because back then, most Helles, back in the 60s, most Helles lager was mostly served on draft and from gravity poured kegs. So, and like a lot of the places you get, like you still do in like Bavaria and Franconia, you get like milk poured, where you have all foam, settles, and then you get some beer on top, and then it's almost like it's super light in carbonation. But it almost died out with the emergence of Pilsners and people wanting to drink bottled beers more so than draft, because you could bring it home. But I think it's had a small renaissance in the modern craft beer world. There's a lot of modern breweries, they do Helles instead of Pilsners, which is quite interesting. But it's a nice style. It's a very nice classic lager beer style. It's slightly hopped compared to the Pilsner. It's got like a lot of sweet malt character and that crisp, clean lager finish. It's a nice style. And like when you're in southern Germany, like Franconia, where this brewery is based, or Bavaria or whatnot, this is pretty much the go-to drinking beer of the general public down there. So, if you're ever in southern Germany, you're going to be drinking a lot of Helles. So this one is, as I said, 4.9% and pours a very, very hazy golden yellow color. When I first poured it on camera, as you'll see right now, it's crystal clear, and it looks like what you expect from a Helles. But otherwise, that was my mistake pouring in the yeast, but it looks nice. As for head on there, it also like easily regenerates a nice frothy white head, and when I poured it, it was nice froth and white with tiny bubbles. So yeah, let's check out the aroma on Mutti's Sonnenschein from Braumanufaktur Hertl. Oh yeah, it smells like a pretty damn classic Helles. Super subtle hop character. It's like this slightly spicy, grassy hop character, just like what reminds me of classic noble hops. And besides that, you're getting sweet malt, sweet bready maltiness. It's crisp as well. Like it smells like it's gonna be super crisp. Some toasty, or not toasty, just like dry bready notes. That crisp Pilsner malt aroma. Actually, a very simple Helles smelling this one, like super easy going. Yeah, it smells nice. pretty much what you expect from a Helles lager. So let's give it a taste, guys. Cheers, and thanks a ton to Bierothek Bamberg, Enzo, and Mikkel for getting this one to me. Cheers. Very round in mouthfeel, but I guess the yeast also helps with that. Actually, very slick in coating. Great mouthfeel in this Helles. Actually, my favorite Helles is like totally out of style. My favorite Helles, if you want a recommendation, is Schlenkerla's Helles Lager. There's like a touch of smoke character, which is very cool. But I've tried quite a few. Actually, in the States, I had one that was pretty amazing in New York. At a small brewery, the name escapes me right now. I did a tour of Brooklyn, where I did a video where we visited there, and they had a great Helles. But this is also very nice. It's got that crispness to it that you want. Light hop character. Hop character on there, as I said. It's like grassy, slightly spicy, noble hop profile. You're getting loads of sweet malt, bready malt, doughy, bready malty flavor to it. But there is like a dry chalkiness. But that's my bad. That's because I got the yeast in there. Hints of lemon too, maybe. But super light hop character. Mostly being dominant on the Pilsner malt flavor. And it's nice. I mean, it's bready, it's refreshing, it's crisp, super clean. It's pretty, like, much what you'd say benchmark to the style. It's not my favorite Helles lager, but it's very nice tasting. It'd be fun to do, like, maybe at one point, like a lager battle. I thought about that, just battling, like, can I be a Helles Pilsner? Not just, like, seeing what kind of golden colored lager beer I'd like the most. But it's going to be hard because those kind of beers you really want to drink fresh. But, yeah, this is quite nice. It's not, it's a Helles, so it's never going to blow your mind, but it's a well-brewed Helles. It's not my favorite I've had in the style. One of my favorite Helles lagers, as I said, is Schlenkerla's, even though it's a bit out of style, but this is still very nice. So, rating-wise, for Hertl Braumanufaktur Mutti's Sonnenschein Helles Lager. Like an 82, 83, 83. Yeah, it's quite nice. I prefer the other lagers I had previously. They had a bit more character to them. They're a bit more vibrant. But Helles of those styles of lager is also much milder. But this is like the kind of like everyday German beer. Pretty much, to me, like, think of table beer from Belgium. This is pretty much that from southern, just in a southern German variant, and it's a lager. Something you drink every day, or has an everyday beer, a lunch beer with your food. In old times, you probably wouldn't do that nowadays. Or just a dinner beer on a day where you just want a beer, you know. It's what Joe says, it tastes like beer, pretty much, you know. It's what you think of when you think beer. A fun thing, actually, if you taste side by side Helles Lager with Carlsberg's Lager and Tuborg, for example, they call them Pilsners, but they taste closer to the Helles. And that's because the Danish general public, I guess, is a bit afraid of the powerful hop flavor you find in some Pilsners. To me, it tastes more like something like this. Or maybe it's just because they're big breweries. I don't know. And if you're down in Bamberg, you can probably still get this at Bierothek. So check it out. And if you guys have a chance to try Hertl's Braumanufaktur Mutti's Sonnenschein Helles Lager, let me know what you thought of it. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I want to say cheers and some traditional German Helles Lager. And see you guys in another video.